Today we're going to be spilling the tea.
The beans?
Are people still saying that?
Was it spilling the tea or the beans?
I don't think it's ever the beans. No. Today we're going to be answering your most juiciest of questions. So we get a lot of questions from you guys in the comments. There's always like a theme of questions that I pick up on. And so I have saved, I don't know, about 10 questions that I see repeated over and over again. And we're going to address them in this video. If you're new here, I'm Emily and this is Sarah. We've been on a weight loss journey since the beginning of time.
Dawn of time.
Yeah. And we have gained weight and lost weight and we eat low carb. We eat keto. That is what our channel is about. There's 500 videos on there.
Watch a gander.
Yeah, take a gander. Pick one to watch, would you? Okay, so the first question is, are you finally going to be trying a GLP-1? You seem to be talking about it a lot. We're talking about it a lot because it's hard to ignore how things like Ozempic have kind of infiltrated and taken over the weight loss space, right? And we are a keto channel and we talk about weight loss. I think I read the other day that like 1 out of 8 people is admittedly on a GLP-1 in this country. And so it's hard to ignore when so many people are doing it, finding success in it, and some people even couple keto with it, or after they get off of GLP-1, in order to keep the weight off, they are switching to things like keto. So to me, it's like, it's all under the same umbrella. And because it's trending, we do feel like we need to address it. And on this channel, like over the past couple months, we've been trying like some GLP-1 natural versions of it with some success, I would say. And so we are just exploring the trend, if you will.
We're open.
We're open to it. Like, we haven't taken it. We're not against it. We don't plan on taking it because we know that low carb keto works for us, but we're not against it in any way. We just think that it's something that needs to be talked about, because about a month and a half ago, I think, we posted a video that said Ozempic is the new keto. And it's because 10 years ago, everybody was talking about keto as like this miracle diet. It was very controversial. People were saying it's unhealthy for you.
Of course.
You know, they were like showing keto in like the worst light. Basically like, oh, just bacon and
because it's controversial.
And so I feel like GLP-1s and Ozempic are getting that kind of same slack, you know, from like the media. And so that is why we are talking about it. It's not that we necessarily want to try it. It's just something that's out there right now. So question 2 that we've been getting a lot is, are you quitting Keto Twins? And the answer is
no.
We have gone and started to kind of shift our content from just being a cooking channel into talking about broader subjects, trying to try different trends, make it more interesting to watch rather than just watching us cook, which can be interesting because we don't know what we're doing. Sarah put her elbow in the cream cheese.
This is not going well.
But there's only so many recipes that you can make. There's probably 700 different recipes we've tried. We're running out. We need to start talking about things in the same bubble, in the same space, but expand our horizons. That does not mean we're stopping cooking. It means that we are exploring new avenues to create content. That's all. Please subscribe if you haven't, because, you know, we're going to be trying new budget challenges.
Health challenges.
Right. New ways of creating content.
And maybe commentary videos, just talking about different health trends, things that affect us and people like us.
And we are not health professionals. Right. That's the other thing that makes it kind of difficult for us. We've talked about this in the past, is that we have no qualifications other than
our own experience.
Right, exactly. So we can't tell you like how to correctly do
anything.
Really. You shouldn't probably listen to us.
But we can document our journey with things, and that's what we hope to do.
And so we are just going to be throwing out different types of content and seeing what sticks. And if you guys like that, we will continue down that path. And if you hate it, we'll go the other way. We've been getting a lot of questions about our husbands, asking if we're still with our husbands.
Where do they go?
Are they keto? And the answer is they are around, lurking. Brad is not ever here when we're filming because I don't live here. Some people think that we live together. I don't live here. I live like a mile away. So my husband's working from home and Alex is working about 10 feet from where we cook. So sometimes you'll hear him or sometimes you'll see him sneaking by. But they're around, they're lurking, they're there. It's just that, you know, there isn't really even a place to put them in the video other than catching Alex walking by, or
you know, sometimes he's not like in the mood to be filmed either.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not camera ready. Not like we are either, but sometimes I'll want his opinion and he will be like, yeah, no, I don't want you filming me. So I can't blame him.
He's kind of like, what is a vulture? Not a vulture.
A vulture?
Not a vulture, but something that kind of hangs around. Like if something smells really good, you'll see him kind of start lurking around the corners.
A vulture, totally.
Yeah, a vulture.
We usually make him a little bit of whatever we're making as like a reward for being quiet.
That's the other thing, is that a lot of people ask, are our husbands still keto? Because in the past, we actually filmed way a long time ago a video where we showed them their keto journey. I mean, their keto journey ended shortly after that. I mean, they are more like regulated. I don't know how to say it.
They work out.
They work out, right?
They have a male metabolism. I don't know how to describe it.
Right. And Brad is really loves pasta. He loves like studying anything that has to do with Italy. He speaks Italian now. And so there's no getting him away from that kind of stuff. But I will say that, you know, if we cook, most of the time they'll eat it. They're not forced to eat it. And if they want to eat their own thing, then they're responsible for getting their own thing that they want to eat.
I will say I cook keto during the week. And if Alex and I order food, I will order something keto on the menu. And if he wants like a pizza or something, I will order something keto on the menu. Or I will just eat the toppings off the pizza in a low carb tortilla. I've done that before.
If they have stuff around the house that's non-keto, it's like not our responsibility to like please that for them. They want to eat that.
If they have chips and whatever, it's our, we have to practice self-discipline and not have any of that.
We are tempted by that. But that's just something you have to learn how to control, and you have to learn how to say no. I understand, like, a lot of people say that they cook for their family and like they cook for their children. That is very difficult. But for the most part, if you want to eat that, then you will be doing that on your own.
Right.
We did mention a while ago that we were looking for new houses, and so some people have asked how the house hunt is going. It's not going.
We're still here.
Yeah,
so,
same
how many years later?
I've been looking every day online since 2020.
Okay, but like seriously, like, I want to move.
Yeah. 2020.
Probably 2024 was like, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I put offers on houses in 2024, lost. The housing market here in Illinois, like in the Chicagoland area, is pretty crazy. The prices are still going up. They're probably going to continue going up. We're grateful for what we have and everything like that. We've been living in our houses for a long time. We're also looking for something really specific. Sarah and her husband have their own list of things.
I want like an open concept kitchen.
Right.
It would be easier to film in because like right now we have like a galley kitchen. Very difficult to shoot content in. Right. Just lighting wise and everything. So I would love to have an open concept kitchen. My husband would love to have at least a 2.5 car garage, if not 3. We did put an offer on a house at a 3 car garage and he was like, he looked so happy. We didn't win it, obviously. And Emily wants like privacy.
I want privacy. I want like an acre. I don't want to see neighbors. I want my secret little
garden.
I was gonna say hovel.
Emily can putter around.
Yeah, putter around. Right, exactly. With my hair all crazy, with like my coffee in the morning. But it's very difficult to find that type of lot like around here.
She found it, and so it does exist.
It does.
So there's hope in that, but there's also no hope at the same time because there's a lot of people looking and there's not a lot of inventory.
Right. So in 2024, I was experiencing acne, and it was the first time in my life I ever experienced that. And so some people were asking how my acne is doing, and it is, I don't like to say gone. It has calmed down. Let's just put it that way.
It is what it's like the boogeyman that is like sleeping, whatever. But you also think that you caused your own damage.
It was a combination. It was a perfect storm of me messing up and stress. We were going through my dad's health struggles. I started to get like a couple of pimples, and I never had pimples, and so I was freaking out about that to the point where it was kind of sad because I was driving him to the
chemo,
doctor. Yeah. And I was just like, and my dad was like, I know, you have pimples.
So sorry.
I was like, I am so sorry. He's like, it's fine. I'm like, no, I'm talking about my pimples, and you have cancer. And he's like, it's fine. My dad was always like a joker, you know? Yeah. But after he died, it seemed to get worse because I nuked my skin. Because I started buying all this crap to put on it. Really expensive stuff.
That you're not supposed to be combining together.
I spent hundreds of dollars on like elixirs and stuff, and I was like stripping away my skin barrier and stripping it. And the other thing I was doing was blue light therapy, which is not good for someone who has like a little bit of darker skin. It makes your acne darker.
The scarring.
Yes, the scarring, hyperpigmentation. If you are not like completely white, if you have like, because we're half Asian, it was making my marks even worse, and I didn't understand it, and so I stopped everything, and I just like let my skin completely reset. And I guess maybe, you know, I was going through a lot at the time, and so it has resolved for now. It's like the boogeyman. I'm afraid to say that, like, because
I know, but sometimes I see you like, oh my god, I have a pimple.
Yeah.
And then you're like touching it. I'm like, leave it alone.
It's like a stress thing where I see something, well, I'm gonna start poking at it. And anyway, so things are on the mend. To me, that was almost took up more brain cells than like being obese. There was not one moment that I wasn't
also
skinny.
that we had to record videos, so you
right,
couldn't
and then
hide
I tried to hide it as best as I could, but you know, sometimes just hiding it makes it look worse. And so I was like, back up the camera. We would get the edits back, and I'm like,
could you stop zooming in?
yeah, stop zooming in on my face. You know, a lot of influencers, they're into like getting Botox, and they're into,
we've never done that.
You know, we've never done anything like that. Although we have gotten comments where it's like too much Botox, and it's like, excuse me. I'm just
Thank
not,
you, right?
I don't.
Is that a compliment? Is it not a compliment?
No, I guess we're
not expressive.
right. So people do say that from time to time. I'm just like, not really.
Thank you.
Not that I'm against it. I'm afraid of it though. I'm afraid
Yeah.
of a lot of things, right? So if we've ever had any work done, nope. Not because I don't believe in it. It's because I'm afraid.
We were afraid of most things. So.
We're very fearful of most, like, any kind of procedure. I always like, wow, you know, because I have loose skin and stuff like that. They got their skin removed. I'm like, that's great. I wish that I wasn't a chicken, because I am one about that kind of stuff.
I mean, I feel like we both worked in hospitals when we were younger. When we were like 16, I saw a lot of knee surgeries and scars and whatnot, and I just don't.
I don't know if that's why.
I just feel like I don't know, the recovery, it seems intense. I don't know. Scared natural.
Okay, so the next question, you know, is sensitive topic kind of, but you know, a lot of people are asking how we're doing after we lost our dad. It's going as life does. That was very traumatic for us.
I remember after he died, I was in Aruba, and I would be walking like on the beach or something, and I would just have like a flashback of to like when he was like at the end dying or something.
Hospice.
Yeah, and it was just like, that doesn't, I guess, happen as much anymore. I still think about him all the time.
Yeah.
But there isn't like these flashes of like, wow, I'm enjoying this beautiful time on the beach. Oh, my dad died.
Yeah.
Like those types of thoughts are less, but there's still the like
overall arching thing of like the holidays, you know, stuff like that. He did die
on December 15th. Yeah.
So, it's, what are you gonna do? I mean, that whole year was a blur.
Yeah.
Like
2 years, really. 18
it was,
months. I mean, really.
Yeah, it was a blur for us because we were filming for the channel and going to the hospital every day, and sometimes twice a day. And just getting everything done, and it was a blur. And then I felt like for a while, like my brain just like reset. Like I couldn't do all of that anymore. I didn't have to, so I was just like, okay, it's over.
It always like amazed me that we were able to do all that and then to go to the hospital and do it. You know, like it shows like how much you really are, I guess, capable of. That's kind of a positive, I guess, is that out of that. Especially if it's like you're supporting someone that you love, you're like, you know, I'm just gonna do it. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? We were filming all the time for the channel, just like any day that we had, weekends, it didn't matter.
My dad was very,
are you filming?
Going? Yeah, are you filming? Even when he was in hospice, like a day before he died, he's like, are you filming? We're downstairs filming a video right now.
Well, we had filmed a lot of videos in advance because we had a feeling, you know, that he was not
at some point
alive.
We were not going to be able to film. But I mean, the couple days before he died, he was like, are you filming a video? No, we're not. Anyway, he was very, you know, worried that he was going to disrupt our channel.
Yeah.
Anyway, no kidding. That's a
heavy point to leave it Q&A at. But
do you have a lighter point that we could end it at?
Not really. Maybe we should have changed the order of the questions. I mean, whatever. I mean, that is life.
From what we went through, it did cause us to gain weight. Like we were just not paying attention to it, right? And we're not using it as an excuse. It was just like for a couple of years there. I say it a lot. It's just the truth though. Like I was not paying attention. We were filming and we were doing all this into the end of 2023. And so 2024 rolls around and we're recovering from all that. And it's like we gained 20 pounds. And since September, we have lost weight, which we talk about in other videos, which we can link after this one. So we are getting back on track with all of that. And so probably a couple more challenges to go before we, you know, get back down around the weight that we were when we started gaining the weight. So hopefully this next year in 2026, it will be a redemption arc. Although we didn't like gain 100 pounds each. It's like in comparison to before, it's nothing. Because I could easily gain 50, 60 pounds in 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Instead of gaining 20 pounds over a couple of years.
20 pounds in 1 month. I mean.
No. I mean, if it was a challenge, I'm sure I could.
That might be interesting.
No. Just kidding. If you have any questions that you'd like us to answer, nicely questions, please leave them below, and maybe we can make another video like this. And YouTube seems to think that you're gonna like this video here, so why don't you click on it and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.
Boop.
Thank you.